All right, this is gonna be a little bit of a different type of video than I normally make. Usually on this channel, I don't make videos about things that I hate. If it's really, really bad and something that I don't think is worth mine or your time, I just don't do a video on it. But that's not how I feel about this. This is the Avermedia Xtra Go. This is a dock, but it is also a capture card. It does a lot of things. It's compatible with the Switch, it's compatible with other handheld PCs, and it's going to be compatible with the Switch 2. It's the same thickness as the Switch 1, so it's gonna fit in there the exact same way. But this has a massive, massive problem. Now, not for everybody. It's not gonna be a problem for everybody, but if you're somebody who wants to use this to stream a handheld PC or your Nintendo Switch or your Nintendo Switch 2, you're gonna have a problem. I had a problem. I have a big problem. I actually recorded this video once before and then realized how bad this problem actually was, and I had to scrap the entire thing and go back. I'm gonna tell you what all that is. We're gonna talk about what this thing does well. First, I just wanna tell you very quickly, there are links down below to the podcast channel. We do that every week, Wednesday night, live. There's also a link down there to the Discord if you're looking to join a family plan for the Switch online stuff. There's a room in there where you can do that. Plus you can hang out and talk to us about movies, Nintendo, whatever. There's all kinds of stuff going on there all the time. Check that out. First thing we gotta say about this, the idea of this is very cool. It is a capture card and a dock all in one. And not only that, you can press this button right here and it actually will record to a micro SD card right there. So if you're trying to capture footage quickly, you can just hit this button, even if it's not hooked up to a PC. As long as you're hooked up to a TV and you can see what you're doing, that's all you gotta do. Hit this button and it'll record, press it again when it stops. Very easy, very simple. The pass-through resolution on this thing, which is the HDMI to whatever monitor you're using, it does do 4K 60 in the pass-through. It also will do 1080, 120 frames per second. So that's really good for the Switch 2. Metroid Prime 4 is gonna run 1080, 120, or 4K 60. So this is gonna be perfect for that as far as you being able to see it. Now, as far as 4K output, to something like your PC, to your streaming stuff, it's only gonna do 4K 30. It'll do 1440, 60, and 1080, 120, all through the USB-C right here that you put into the computer. So if you're trying to stream with this, that's what you're gonna get. But the streaming is the problem. We're gonna get to that in a second, but that's where the big problem lies. Everything else about this is pretty good. As just a dock, it works fine. I did an update on it today and I have found more issues, which again, we're gonna talk about in a minute. But it's got the USB-C port here to plug in your handheld PC or Switch 2, whatever. This is the USB-C power, HDMI, 2 USB 3s, another USB-C that goes to your PC or whatever you're streaming to. And then this little switch here turns it to streaming mode or capture mode with the SD card. Flip that over, you can do one or the other. And then that button's gonna work just like I told you earlier. It does have a headphone jack on the side here. And when you hear all that in a package like this for about 160 bucks, that's a great deal. It seems like something that would be very good. It probably is something that's very good. And I think it is for most people, because as far as I've seen online, nobody has the problem that I ran into today. This thing has severe audio delay. And I don't know how to fix it. I've tried everything, and it's not delay through the HDMI cable. I'm gonna show you an example right here. All right, so I actually came back over here to the desk to try to get this thing to show the audio spikes so I can show you the delay. It's fine. I'll show you here. It is fine if you can hear this. That is fine. Like I said, the pass-through, the HDMI, is fine. It's up in OBS is where I'm having the problem, but now I can't even get it to register in OBS. It does not come up as something that I can add. As you can see here, it is not on that list anymore. It just disappeared, and it's not on the list on my Wavelength software either. So I don't know. And as you can see there, that's the sound coming from the TV, and then you can see the actual reading that it's getting from the computer. The delay is almost a full second, and I have absolutely no idea what's causing it. I reached out to Avermedia again, because they are the ones that sent this over for this video. I reached out to them actually yesterday about the delay problem. I haven't heard anything back yet. So if I do hear back from them, I'll put that down in the comments. But right now, this thing is a good dock, but it's not a good capture card, not at all. I did a firmware update. That is another thing I couldn't figure out. I couldn't find the Mac version of it for some reason yesterday, and then I came back and looked again today and did a Google search for it, and then the page popped up. So it's harder to find on their actual website than it was just through Google. So the firmware on this was updated. Then I updated my Mac, and then I did try this also on my PC. It had the same delay because I thought maybe that was the problem. I updated the PC, I updated the Mac, I updated Wavelength, the software that I use to put all the audio into my stream. That was not working correctly, so then I took it out of Wavelength and put it directly through OBS. Still had the lag. So I have no answers at this point. Maybe you guys have some answers down in the comments. This thing is really, really cool, but right now, it's very, very hard for me to recommend anybody getting this, especially if you're gonna be using it to capture live gameplay, you know, if you're streaming on Twitch, YouTube, whatever. This is not gonna be good for that, and who knows, maybe this is just this particular one, because I did actually run into another issue today where after I did the firmware update, now not only is it lagging, but it's also cutting out. It sounds like if you've ever plugged in headphones to something and they're on your ears and you can kind of hear that weird sound, that's what it keeps doing. And I'm not touching anything, there's nothing wrong. So it could be an issue with just this unit. I have not seen this really anywhere else online. Anybody else talking about this thing? I haven't seen anybody have these issues. If you guys know of anyone else having these issues that they've made videos about, let me know, because I do want to watch it. I couldn't find anything when I looked this morning. It all works really well. You know, for what this is and the price it is, if it worked well, I mean, yeah, 100%. I just, it's really hard for me to recommend right now with that one major feature not working. If you just want to get footage on an SD card, really easy from a PC handheld or the Switch or Switch 2, this is gonna be a good way to do that. It does work as a dock, so it does have those two things, but live streaming right now on this is not possible for me, at least. If you've got any information on this, let me know down in the comments, questions. Also leave them down there, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, make sure you're subscribed. See you in the next one.